What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Beta Memoirs. And I must say, another strange day in the market. We just got over the bond yields, although today bond yields did run back up. We've been fighting bond yields for the past couple of weeks, at least that's the way it seems. And then we got some news drop about this Tiger Club today, and the market being mixed about it because essentially banks hitting margin calls. But being said, there was a lot of jitters in the market today. Some stuff did move today, but nonetheless, we are still waiting. The ship, I believe, is completely been removed from the canal as well. I know that earlier this morning it was partially removed, and then I believe it is now fully removed from the canal, and trading is back online. So being said, now we got to deal with the banks. Is it a coincidence that we are closing out Q1 this week and we got this news today? Or has this always been something that has been an issue concerning with GameStop and everything over the past couple weeks, and it really hasn't been bond yields? So there's no real telling what the underlying truth is behind the matter, but nonetheless, we traded sideways today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and look forward to more stock markets news and chart analysis of your favorite stocks your way, or my way, however you want to look at it. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and pull up the charts, see what we got going on tomorrow. Well, like I said, the market in itself today, it popped that Friday close and kind of just went sideways. But this morning we opened up and actually ran this afternoon. Although SPY ran, there really wasn't a lot going on in the market. I know tech had a bit of a pop midday, but aside from that, there were some individual stocks that ran. I know Facebook continues to run. Airbnb took off today. Tesla wanted to, Apple tried to. There's a couple of other random tickers that actually took off today and weren't just trading sideways, but majority of the market was sideways today. But as far as tomorrow, we don't have any Powell this week. We have a short week. We got 3 more days. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I do expect more sideways volatility action here, some dramatic swings down and up, but playing range mostly. As you can see, even on QQQ has actually been playing range really well. It's been playing between these two zones. First, it was these two lower zones. Now we're back up. So I wouldn't be surprised if we actually pop over this tomorrow and then start playing this range, this 320 range tomorrow. So we might actually get a bit of a gap up on QQQ tomorrow. We'll have to see about that. IWM is selling off. Let's see the Russell. Let's see Bitcoin itself. I just got an alert that it was pushing down. Gold, silver. I haven't traded gold, silver in a long time. They actually sold off today. Bitcoin, again, is essentially the hedge for gold. I know even Kathy Wood has mentioned this, and even had Kevin O'Leary on last week talking about how Bitcoin could replace gold. But the one thing to keep in mind here is that, let me actually push this up, the dollar in itself has been really strong. So typically when the dollar is strong, we don't typically move up. So hopefully the dollar chills out a little bit, comes down, and we can start rolling here. So we'll have to see how that plays out tomorrow. Again, I think a lot of stuff is just reshifting right now because of Q1 ending. We got to keep that in mind. It could be no news. The market isn't dramatically selling off. It isn't dramatically going up. I think, again, it's all about positioning right now and loading up for the next bull run, I think, is ultimately what is going on. Again, there's been a lot of different random acts, like the tanker being stuck in the canal. the bond rates, trying to understand inflation and what is exactly going on. Even though, with that boat being stuck in the canal might actually increase the bond yields. That's probably maybe why it rose today and in the coming weeks. So that might be something that might be a little bit delayed because of supply and demand issues. But being said, Tesla today, I actually scalped this down today. As soon as it broke this zone, I actually scalped it all the way down today. So I made some decent profit on that, excuse me. And then today, actually, it was this candle here. It was actually a red candle and actually flopped back up when I started reaching the top of the hour. But when it came back down, it was actually aligned perfectly on the trend line. So I did grab it here, did grab a leap and ride this up. I gave some of it back because I thought we were getting ready to pop over. But I didn't. I did well. I cut out. I didn't want to hold it overnight. I didn't want to hold anything overnight because I'm not, again, really sure. My conviction right now for the market is not great. Again, it's going sideways. When I get full confirmation, I'll start swinging stuff more again overnight as far as option contracts. I still have all my comments. Nothing has changed there. I did sell out of my my naked position. That was something I was playing NFT position. It wasn't a huge position, but I made some profit out on that today. I closed that position out. That pumped again today. But Facebook was a big runner today. It was brought to my attention about Facebook and it running because it likes to go against the grain here. And it flew up today. I completely missed this out the gates. I was watching other things first, and then by the time I came over here, this was already pumping even before it came out of the gate, so I didn't even pull back that much, to be honest. And I don't typically play shares on Facebook, so I missed that. Again, I won't be surprised if we do pump up here back to 300 and perhaps fail and sell off again. I think we're going to get one more sell-off on Facebook before we get any kind of run-up to earnings. Typically, a lot of these bigger techs will sell off before an earnings. And since we're getting out of Q1 here, I wouldn't be surprised again if this sold off a little bit and then hopefully reposition. I was hoping the same for Airbnb. I completely missed this today. I did watch it in here. I didn't grab it because I wanted to see what the market was doing. I didn't jump into anything fast, aside from, even though it was Tesla puts, I think I waited 20 minutes or so while the market was open, try to see what's going on. I waited for it to go because it whipsawed pretty good, and then it finally broke that zone. And then the gas just turned on and it started shooting down. So I jumped in at that point and wrote some Tesla puts today. So Tesla was a big winner for me today. Again, I missed this, although I want to get in this if this does perhaps pull back tomorrow or sometime this. I'm hoping there's some kind of pullback in the ones I really want this week, so I can get better position. If it does come back down to the 174 mark here, I do want to get in leaps for Airbnb as well. Apple in itself struggle. It's just wick central here with Apple, although it did look like it did break the trend here. It's retesting it from the top. Again, we'll have to see how tomorrow plays out. I've been watching Spot. It's been actually holding really well here. If it doesn't break down and break back over this, actually, if it can get back over this 20 and the 50, I'd love to get a position in Spot and ride that back up. I think that will, this one, once tech turns, this will be another one that starts running fast. Etsy is something I've been keeping an eye on as well because it's been holding here well. Again, as long as it holds this 192.7 mark, could even possibly get down to the 183 mark. I don't think we're going to see this lower mark on Etsy. I think we might hold here. I think everything's just going to be in a holding pattern until the end of the week. And then hopefully next week we finally get some normalcy and start seeing some of these stocks start moving again, especially tech. Disney itself looks like it has a nice setup. Actually looks like it broke the wedge here again. It's getting ready to push up. So definitely keep an eye on that. It might actually gap up overnight. Snap, again, another great position. It's holding well here at this 49.30 mark. Good for leaps out of here. Again, I think once tech starts rolling, Snap will really snap back and make some good gains there. Twilio, not really interested. It is selling off. It's not the great. It looks like it actually busted support and is continuing to sell. It is hitting another solid support here, but in my mind, I think there's other stocks that will play better than Twilio. Square, again, if it comes back down below 200, that'd be great. Aside from then, I'm not really looking at that right now. Palantir actually has been selling off quite a bit. Normally it holds that 24 mark, but it came way down to 21. So we'll see how this plays out. Although once tech starts moving, Palantir and NNDM, Nano Dimensions also does really well too. So they've both been kind of in the same pattern. Just waiting on that. Fastly has really been taking a beating. So Fastly be interesting. It is holding support here. Again, don't want it to break below the 60-78 mark. It could get really nasty at that point. But again, I don't think we're going any lower. I think everything's been beaten down, especially when it comes to tech. Looking good. A lot of these tech stocks are in good solid supports right now. They're not really selling. They're holding pretty well. So just be interesting to see here. I think, again, we are ending Q1 here, end of the week. And so I think we'll see a turnaround here. D is also doing very well here, holding good support. It does come back down to this 24 mark. Be interesting to look at. I've never traded this one, so I want to see what the options look like on this one as well. Plug. A lot of these have great patterns. I'm not going to lie. Plug has a good pattern. Enphase is getting close to that support as well. Let's see here. STPK, great support down here as well. I mean, if it could hit this 23.89 mark, that'd be great. So let's see if that pulls back a little bit more. Ring, hitting solid, getting close to that solid support at about 228. TAN, again, everything is hitting great support. That's what I've noticed. Even Baidu, I actually tried to short Baidu today. This is one of the other ones I took. I again waited here. I did get in some puts. It came down and it was fighting hard. And so I actually sold just before it pulled back today. I wasn't going to take any chances with this because I wasn't really sure if we were going to start selling off again today or not. It looks like it just rattled today. Might actually end up turning around and going upwards if we get tech to finally start moving. Let's see, NIO is a great position. Again, another solid support. As long as it holds here, doesn't break the 34.43 mark, I think we're good. Let me see here. What else do we got? I didn't really see anything today that was really... Actually, I want to keep an eye on BYND here, because if we do hit that magical 110 mark, you got to load the boat on BYND. So one thing to keep in mind, if we do get that low, I didn't realize it was already down to 127. So what I thought was the original support is breaking down a little bit lower than that. Again, maybe even 114. As soon as it gets below 115, definitely start looking at BYND again. They're very good company. Again, at solid support. Still holding commons in this one. Waiting for this one to take off as well. Just waiting for April. April is again normally a very bullish month. That doesn't mean allocate all your assets out there at this point. I know I've been kind of beaten down. March hasn't been the greatest of month for anybody. I think anybody have a portfolio has been hit pretty hard. But nonetheless, as far as my one account that I do all my scalping in has done very well during these past couple weeks. That's pretty much all I've been able to do is scalp. I haven't been able to do really any swinging. My swing possessions, I've been in shares and have been essentially just overnight or a couple nights and in lower cap stocks. So let me see here. Planet 13, again, at a solid support. We'll wait and see what happens with this one. Again, I think this one is really going to not only take advantage of the MJ space, but take advantage of the Vegas life here going into this summer. A lot of people will be out spending, and I think Planet 13 is going to be one of the beneficiaries of that. Tilray, MJ Space, I think it should run pretty well as well. I'm trying to see if there's any specific ones in here for tomorrow. Lemonade is one I think to keep an eye on. It is down, sitting at 83. I really want to keep an eye on this, especially if it can hit the 80 mark, which would be fantastic this week. I want to look at getting leaps on here. I haven't looked at the prices. I know before that there was a lot priced into the contracts, so I want to look at new contracts and see where they're at tomorrow. I actually want to put that up because I want to keep an eye on this one. I do like Lemonade as long as the contracts aren't too expensive. Let's see here. What else we got? POW is another one I want to keep an eye on as well. It's hit the zone today. I missed it. It might be back in the zone today. So if it hits below that 554 mark, I think this would be good for long as well, especially with all the administration right now and talking about gun control again. POW might get another nice little pop to 10. I'm not sure about 10, but I could see at least an 8 to maybe a $9 move back with POW with everything that is going on. Skills, again, basing. A lot of these are basing really well. So it's just skills might actually be a really good one to watch tomorrow. I definitely have to keep an eye on this one. It's holding support well. Let me see what else we got. Activision. I don't know if there was any news on Activision today, but it did have a nice rip today. I know the gaming space in itself has a lot going for it with everything that's going on. Qscaler. Again, a great support, coming into great support. If it does get below, actually right now wouldn't be a bad, because you could flag this as being a zone right here. Just be aware you have that wick that goes down to about $40. So it's actually a good spot to possibly get in and right up at least till 55 mark, which is a nice play there. So Qscaler could be a good one as well. Let's see here. Funko Pop. I missed this. I was watching this today because it was in the zone. It's playing the zone really well. It's one thing I want to keep an eye on tomorrow. If it sits in this 1893 mark to 1844 mark tomorrow, it'd be good to capture that move and possibly even rip, because it is consolidating. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the coming days here, if not tomorrow or the next day, that we do run up and try to retest this 24 mark, if not more. Again, that's an NFT play. DLPN, another NFT play. A lot of these NFT plays are consolidating, and so that is what's interesting to see. Even this is sitting at 560. And this is an NFT play as well, and it's actually gone up to $16. So SOS Limited. So I want to keep that one on watch. But that is pretty much what I got for you guys. It is going to be a short one here. Again, there's not a lot of information. There's stuff going on with the bakes right now. We don't want the bakes to collapse, because that would be a bad thing. But nonetheless, there's a lot. Not really a lot going on. There's already been pre-existing conditions we'll go with that we're trying to navigate. We're just trying to get out of Q1. There's a lot of rebalancing going on. Just be mindful of that. There's still a lot of volatility going on. Don't get captured in the chop and try to day trade a daily option or a weekly option. You know it's going to get chewed up unless you are specifically scalping and are in and out within seconds. Again, this isn't financial advice. Just be mindful, be wary. Just try to survive this month. I know it's been a long month, but again, April has been a very bullish month. Just keep that in mind. And so we can hopefully look forward to the bull market comeback next month, running into the next couple months, where we can eventually start scaling out again, repositioning ourselves for the fall, essentially, where we can be mindful of where we place our assets at that point. But being said, till next time, guys, take care, and I will see you guys tomorrow.